Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, guys, we're talking about decisions, making decisions and taking action upon those decisions. As people say, procrastination is the opposite of decision making, and that for many of us, including me, we most of us have to deal with the P word in order to heighten our level of productivity. So thanks for being here. If you are new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy, a really powerful series of workshops and presentations. Go see about what we do, how we do, when we do, as we do. Again, if you are new, allow me to say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Racing Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, author uh, of the Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a Theory of American Literatures, board president of the World Stage, a great nonprofit here in Los Angeles, educational background, UC Berkeley as an undergrad, master's, UCLA, PhD, English Lit, from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was sexually assaulted at age 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to really an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet as Cool Modi famously said, "Ha, you like me now," right? And that's what really inspires this show because we know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. So let's go and dive into the topic today. We're talking, guys, about decisions. And point one is that you want to be in the habit of making decisions promptly. I'm not saying not to do your due diligence, but I am saying that once you do your due diligence in an assertive, affirmative way, to make decisions promptly. Too often we find ourselves kind of waffling back and forth. And one of the tricks, which goes tricks or techniques or strategies in terms of making strong and definite and definitive decisions, is after you do your assertive uh, due diligence, your research, but in an assertive way, in an active way, and then and you're about to make your decision. You want to make that decision based upon, of course, your research, but also what I would just call your inner intelligence, your gut feeling, um, your access to what I would call the primordial energies. For those of us who are meditators, people into the spiritual realm or the energetic realm, we know a little bit about that because we get these hunches in the midst of, or these solutions in the midst of meditation. I know I do all the time. So you want to combine those two arenas, right? People call it in pop culture a hunch. That hunch oftentimes is what I would say is from the primordial. And again, it's hard to really, the science behind this in terms of metaphysical science, because it doesn't always happen the same way. You can never be completely sure uh, of when a hunch is not just indigestion. That's what complicates this whole thing. And I wish there was 100%. But in my experience, the more aligned I am with my spirit, the more, meaning through meditation, running, yoga, the things that I do, undergird myself, the better I am to discern when the hunch uh, is a hunch and not indigestion. So I'll leave it at that. But you want to combine what I would call your outer research with your inner research, which goes right into point three. As you begin to then make your decision, you want to be slow to change it. You want to kind of trust your due diligence that you did, and trust your hunch. Again, the complicating factor is that at times the result that you're looking for based upon your decision doesn't come in the time frame that you would like. At times it does happen quickly. It does, boom, it hits right away. But in my experience, it doesn't hit right away. At times, in my experience, most of the time, it takes longer for the result that you want to actually manifest. And so you have to be persistent. That is the challenge. I mean, I have a lot of anecdotal evidence of that in my own life. I mean, man, going through serious challenges based upon decisions that I thought were right, and people around me did not, and people around me did not think were right, and let me know, trust me, and being able to stick to what I believed and what I based my due diligence on, and the result of my due diligence and my hunches and my what I would call my primordial access to the inner intelligence. Let me tell you, you have to really be firm in that, because when it's not going your way, or when the time frame is not, it doesn't happen in the time frame that you actually need it to happen in, oftentimes, or want it to happen in, it is hard to stay the course. But that's how you get strong and better at this. And as we're all going through this time of incredible contraction, but the earth, as I'm sure you know through 10th grade science, we contract, we expand, we contract, and we expand, much like the lungs and the heart. And so during times of contraction, the temptation is to retreat and not believe in what you believe in.